Previously on Al's Drum Hang.
I will be either rehearsing or gigging every night for nearly 2 weeks. And this is the final rehearsal before we start playing this weekend. Look at that. It's going to be a great day. We are set. That is the first winery gig of the season done, and I am exhausted. Hydrate, get some sleep, do it again tomorrow. I'm doing something crazy. All right, guys, welcome to part 2 of the 2-week Summer Slam Boogaloo electric thing. I'm Al, this is Al's Drum Hang. In part 1, we did 4 rehearsals and did 2 gigs. We did the Catholic Mass chamber music thing, and we did our first gig with Loose Change. We had a few things that were off kilter. One was that I forgot sunscreen, and so I got a little bit of a burn on the back of my head and my neck, but I just hydrated and moisturized, and that's taken care of, and I have sunscreen with me today. Problem solved. Number 2, I have a drinks cooler with me. Important. Number 3, as I was breaking down, I dropped a stand on my foot, and I was wearing like soft loafers, and it really bruised the heck out of my big toe. It still really hurts. So I'm wearing something a little bit more sturdy today, not much. Good fun. Heading up to Mellisoni Winery, which is on the south shore of Lake Chelan this time. I've never been there. One of the things that I think is always fun is checking out new venues and new places to play, because you never know what you're going to get if you've got no experience with the place. We could have another huge awning like we have at Benson with all the space I need to stretch out and put up equipment, or we could have something much smaller. Tomorrow I have 2 rehearsals at the church. The first one with the Timely Tragedy starting at about 11:30, and then at about 5 p.m. the Michael Carlos Band is coming in, and we're going to rehearse. We're both rehearsing sets for the Pride Festival that's going to take place up here in Memorial Park next Saturday. On the way to the rehearsal tomorrow, I'm going to stop off and do a thing. Well, we are here. We are here at Mellisoni, and that's where I'm parked. This is our office for today. I love this gig. The good news is, since this is such a small yard and such a small venue, I'm only going to need to mic the kick drum. So that's a lot of work I don't have to do. Yay. And voila, we are set up, ready to go again. Oh, by the way, did I mention that view? Hi, Reed. There's Dave. There's Dean. There's Mike, our bass player. You didn't see much of him yesterday. Just about ready to sound check here at Mellisoni. We had a really bad buzz in the audio, and it was in my earbuds, it was in some of the monitors, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And it was that one of the monitors was unplugged. Silly stuff. Anyway, we're going to sound check here in a few seconds.
Music
I don't know why I plugged the same mixer into the same board 2 days in a row, and I get a different mix. But there you are. I will just struggle with it and make it work. That's all you can do when you have a bad mix in your... My least favorite part, but it's almost done. The tear down, pack out. But we got pizza and wings waiting for us. Good second and third set. Gig number 2 with Loose Change. Gig number 3 for the weekend. And then I have 2 rehearsals tomorrow. Plus, I'm doing that thing, that surprise thing that you're going to find out about later towards the end of this video. Great crowd. We got comped 2 bottles of wine, and these are not cheap bottles of wine. These are, I took home 2 red blends. One is $55 and one is $75. So again, pays to play at a winery. Pro tip from Al. So, this has happened.
You go down?
Yeah.
You go down. Did you send? Oh, yeah, I'm not playing any of that. It must be driving you crazy.
This is probably the loudest music that's ever been at this church. So that was the Timely Tragedy rehearsal, and oh my goodness, it is amazing the energy that a brand new drum set can bring you. I felt like I was 25, 30 again. Oh my goodness, and I was wailing on it. That drum set, I tell you what, that drum set right there, that beautiful, gorgeous new drum set, that's the new main drum set. I've just decided. It just is. And in a second here, the third band that I'm in, the Michael Carlos band, is going to come in here. We're a three-piece right now. And we're going to get ready for the same show that the Timely Tragedy was in here getting ready for, but at a much, much lower volume. Much lower. MC Mango, Michael Carlos band. Say that all again for the video.
Okay. What I'd like to do is run that whole list.
Uh-huh.
And then decide what fits and what doesn't. And then run a list that we think is going to be the list for time.
Okay. You gave it much more natural the first time when I wasn't ready to shoot.
I know. I got a little stupid. So.
7 songs. We can do it. Hi guys, it is 9 o'clock on Monday evening. One straight week of playing music. I'm going to count up the hours that I estimate I've been playing music over the past week. And that's gonna go right here. Let's say right here. How many hours is that? Well, dang, that's a lot of hours playing drums. I'm tired just looking at that number, whatever it is. Well, here it is, Friday night. Time for more practice.
Go!
So, Friday rehearsal with the Timely Tragedy is over, and I have to say I felt really not great tonight for all of that. For as good as I felt on Monday, tonight I just could not hear what I needed to hear in my mix, which it feels like just this pattern right now. And I was playing terrible, not just because of that. My hands had the dum several times. Having said that, the set I recorded for this video, probably the best set of 3 that we ran through the set 3 times, and the second time was the best. Unfortunately, that simply won't do tomorrow. We've got to have the best run through the first time. But I think a combination of things will help us out there. Number 1, being on stage always helps. Number 2, being behind that new beautiful set of drums is really going to feel amazing. And third, we're going to be playing live for the first time as a band. We're going to be jazzed. We're going to be excited. It's going to be great. All right, it is Saturday. It is the day of the Downtown Pride Festival with 2 bands, the Timeless Tragedy making its live debut and the Michael Carlos Band playing a few hours after that. Already there's issues. Kevin, our bass player for the Tragedy, is already down there. He's been there since about 11 o'clock this morning. He got there early to meet with the sound guy. He asked in the contract and the thing, what are you guys going to need for your live sound? And we told him. And we told him, you know, there's 4 toms. We told him there's in-ears for the drummer, and he has none of that. 2 tom mics, because I thought everybody was just a punk band, and there's not even adequate monitors for the whole band. There's like 2 monitor mixes. And there's also no overhead cover on the stage, and it is a hot day in central Washington state. It is already 80 degrees, and it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. On the other hand, there's volunteers to help us unload. Kevin's going to be there all day, so I do have a place to ditch the drums when I'm not playing. So if I want to go in the beer garden and have a drink in between sets, I can. We'll just navigate the days, do the best, see what we can do. It's a festival gig, and festival gigs are a lot like this. we are kind of all ready to get on board here. That's going to be one hot stage. What do you think, guys? We gonna crush it or what?
Oh yeah.
Crush?
Yeah.
Crush? Yes, crush.
Orange crust style.
again, set 2 with the Michael Carlos Band. We got this. It's gonna be so fun. And the shade. We're in the shade now. Yay, we're in the shade. I'm not gonna die. Good morning. It is super early on Sunday morning, and I'm awake because I have one more piece of musical business to achieve, and that is playing worship at the church I attend. And I do this 2 weeks a month, and there's only so many weeks I can duck in a row before I have to play a set, and it just so happens it's after yesterday, and I'm tuckered, but I'll do it. First step is normally to go to my email and check out what is on the set. See, the worship leader has sent me an email with links and stuff, and then I just go and listen to it on YouTube to make sure I remember the songs, because there's a lot of sameness to worship music sometimes. Having said that, I know 3 of the songs in this 4th song, which is a chorus in Spanish by Marcos Witt. It's pretty simple, and I'm not going to have to play any specific parts, just keep time. So this is going to be a pretty low stress service for me to play. I basically just show up, put up my cymbals and snare, and get busy. Okay, so here's what I'm rocking today at the church. The old Mapex kit. The Thomas are going to stay home. They need a break, so normal setup 12, 14, 16, 22. Single bass pedal. Brought the Thomas snare today. I feel like I've got it dialed in. I didn't feel like risking it yesterday at the festival, but today I will. I've actually run out of or misplaced a whole bunch of my 0 rings for 14 inches. I know one of them's right there on that tom. I donated it, and then I realized, wow, where are all the rest of them? So, too easy. What I did is a little field expedient hack. Here's a cymbal felt. Here's some gaffer tape. You just kind of loop that over so it's floating on top of the drum head. Without it, the drum's going to sound kind of ringy, but with it, just flopped over there, loosely gliding over the head, a little bit more controlled. I'm going for darker cymbal sounds today, so these are 2 of the church's 16-inch crash cymbals made into big, dark, mushy hi-hats. We've seen that on the hi-hat Frankenstein video. This is actually what I use at the church for monitoring and stuff. You can see down here on this tray is a direct box, and that is the rolling module where the kick trigger goes into. I'm not actually too much of a fan of the bass drum trigger, but it does have a pretty good sound out in the house, so I live with it. This mixer is all these channels and things. This is just so that on top of having the board, the Allen Heath board in-ear setup in my ears, I can also take this auxiliary out to this phone that I'm holding right now and play music through it for warm-up and stuff. So that's the only reason that mixer is here. If I didn't want to listen to backing tracks ever, I wouldn't even need it. So this side of the cage is needlessly complicated.
Oh, my voice or the guitar?
Sorry, guitar, acoustic guitar on 3.
Faithful, forever you will be. Faithful, you are. 'Cause all your promises and all your promises are yes and amen.
Well, there you have it, folks, ladies and gentlemen, and others. It is the end of probably one of the busiest starts to the summer playing season I think I've had in recent memory. I mean, I've been in cover bands before with lots of gigs, and I've had busy summer seasons, but I can't quite remember the last time so many things kind of cascaded together at one time at the beginning of a summer. And that's kind of been cool because you have gotten to see every one of my playing situations. This is my life as a musician, and I feel really, really fortunate that in a small community like this, with frankly not a lot of places to play music, that I've gotten to have so many opportunities to play music on the regular, and not just cover music either. I get to play originals, I get to write and compose with my friends, I get to take on projects. I mean, anyway, thanks so much for hanging out and being part of this big start of summer vlog series. It's been a lot of fun putting together and editing and figuring out how to show you things. I'll be putting this out in a week or two, and also be looking, of course, for a video about the new Superstar Classics. We're really excited about these drums. They're beautiful. And some more content coming up in the next few weeks, months coming forward. So thanks for watching Al's Drum Hang. Please remember to like, subscribe, enable your notifications. And let's keep on driving. Love you guys.